So I'm going to show how to establish an other database connection, which is basically the first step in order to access a SQL Server through other software such as R or Tableau. So how I always get there is using the search bar on the start menu. I type in ODBC, which stands for Other Database Connection. And typically you'll see one of these two things come up. This is via the control panel, and this is that program itself. Either one, I checked both of them, either one will work. Essentially what you want to see is this ODBC Data Source Administrator. And you'll see over here that there are a few different data sources that you can actually use. You can kind of use this in R and establish a connection to an Access database. Excel probably doesn't make too much sense. I think the database files in Access, you can also use those to kind of access databases through other software. So first, what we're going to do is just add our own instance of the SQL Server. So that's, you just press the Add button here. And you'll see a list in the real world. At work I have 20 possible different things. I'm not exactly sure why right now, if some of the other SQL Server ones work, but I have always historically used the SQL Server Native Client 11.0. So that's the one I'll select here. I've tested it; it already works. That's the one I use at work as well. So then you click Finish. You're essentially going to have a menu of different questions. The only two places that you need to fill out something is the name, and the name is what you're going to use to refer to this connection in the other software such as R or Excel or Tableau. So I'm just going to, for simplicity's sake, I'm going to call it SQL Express. You can call it anything. And then also the other piece that it asks for is the server itself. I'd avoid clicking this down arrow. Usually it locks up my machine whenever I do that. So all you need to do is open SQL Server. You'll have your server name here. You just right click and copy it, and then paste it into the field with server. So you paste it, then you're going to press next. This with integrated Windows authentication essentially uses your Windows password, which is similar to what this does. So you'll just want to do that. You don't need to specify the password. Basically none of this stuff you need to change. Keep on going, and you'll click Finish. And then it'll bring up this kind of summary of what you've selected. If you press Test Data Source, this is the way I always do it to make sure everything's okay. It'll tell you test completed successfully. So basically we know that we can connect. So we press OK, and we press OK. And then what you'll see is over here, now we have the name of the server, SQL Express. So that's how you set up an other database connection, which you need before accessing a SQL Server through other software such as R, Excel, Tableau.